why the Daughters of the American Revolution are involved. I will address that shortly, but first of all, let me tell you about how we got to this point. As noted in your program, in 1838, the U.S. Congress appropriated money to assist in establishing a military road in the Iowa Territory. A new territorial capital had recently been established in Iowa City, and Dubuque was a commercial trade center. There were no roads established for access between the two. The military needed to have a way to travel quickly in case Native American uprisings or new immigrants or established settlers encroached upon near the Native Americans. It was also to assist new immigrants in finding their way from one point to another. Thus, with President Van Buren's signature signing into law in March of 1839, the military road commitment began. There were three brothers, James, Lucius, and Edward Langworth, from Dubuque, and they were enlisted by Congress to see that this project be completed. It's not exactly clear who hired Lyman Dillon. There are several different references to various things, but the point was he was hired to plow the furrow. He lived in the community of Cascade at the time. The project was done in two phases, the first being from Iowa City to Dubuque, and the second phase from Iowa City to the Missouri border. In the words of Marlon Ingalls, from the Office of the State Archaeology, located in Iowa City, the furrow follows the natural topographical landscape of the area, as do most military roads. It has also included many Native American trails and horse trails. This was the first military road and the third road built in what would soon be the state of Iowa. The land was surveyed by D.C. Tillman of the Corps of Topographical Engineers in Rock Island. His map has been a valuable tool used by the Office of the State Archaeologist on several occasions, and was important in our establishing that the Furrow route and Solon were tied together, as Solon had not yet been established as a community. The survey located at the State Office of the Archaeologist is the only surviving copy. The map includes information regarding plant life, rivers, streams, and settler homes. Lyman Dillon and his team of 5 oxen plowed this furrow of 100 miles, the longest such furrow on record. Other members of the party made the furrow ready to be made a road by taking out trees, grading, and building bridges. As it tied to the 150th anniversary of the Civil War, many troops used the old military road as their mustering route to head off to war. It would also be a major transportation route, as the 1836 census in Iowa, there was a little over 10,000 people. In 1838, there was over 22,000 people, and by 1840, there was over 43,000 people living in the state of Iowa. The furrow later became part of the state highway system and was designated Highway 1. At that time, the road was straightened slightly with 2 large bends bypassed, and this can be seen in aerial photos of the 1930s. In the 1950s, concrete was added to the surface, and the roadway has changed very little in the last 173 years. When I met with Marlon Ingalls from the Office of the State Archaeology, he indicated that you can still see the furrow under the current roadway on satellite imaging.